I love that I keep getting tagged in all of this. This is who I am now. Is this y'all setting up the bat signal? No, it wouldn't be a bat. It would be a Monster Energy signal. Whenever you need me, send up the signal. The Monster M with a book underneath. That's who I am. Like a very sleepy Avenger. Hi, my name's Rachel. I'm coming to you in my Assassin's Creed sweater because I was wearing this super cute tarot card shirt that I got from my husband and then I stole it. And then I had to steal his Assassin's Creed sweater. It's our Assassin's Creed sweater because I got cold because I drank an entire thing of water. Sorry. Okay. Hi, my name's Rachel and today we're doing another Authors Behaving Badly. Today's author is Lucy Bloom. Oh, before I continue, I have some thank yous to say. First of all, thank you to Sarah for sending me City of Dust by Tara Sim. I'm so excited. Look how thick she is. Yeah, she's floppy. And she has a nice little map. She's a nice little map. Look at that nice map. Anyway, thank you, Sarah, for sending that. I'm very excited about that one. And then Garrison sent me 2 books. One is This Common Secret by Susan Wicklund, who is a doctor who herself went through a traumatic experience having to get an abortion, a difficult experience. And then she became a doctor and she talked to many people who went through experiences where they needed to have abortions. And she wrote a memoir about it. She is a pro-choice doctor. And this is a book I've been wanting to read for a really long time, but I really want to annotate it. Didn't have a physical copy and now I'm so excited I do. Thank you, Garrison. And Garrison also sent me A River of Royal Blood, which has one of the best covers. This is a YA fantasy about 2 sisters who have to, I think, fight for the throne, but then they love each other because they're sisters. Anyway, isn't this gorgeous though? Oh my god, she's just, and the tattoos, okay. Anyway, thank you, Garrison. I super appreciate you. I can't wait to read these. Today's author is Lucy Bloom, and Lucy Bloom is getting talked about quite a bit. I've been tagged a bunch of times about this issue because Lucy Bloom is currently engaging in the behavior that authors won't stop doing, which is entering review spaces and commenting on reviews.
Piranha pain, dumb ways to die.
But Lucy Bloom, author, is somebody with a history of bad behavior. So let's talk about it. And for legal purposes, everything I say here is alleged. Hi, it's me, Trash Can Rachel, and I'm here to say thank you for being a friend to my Therapy Bills patrons. You're currently sitting on top of my therapy, which is Monster Rehab peach tea flavor with a straw in it. Today I have to say thank you for being a friend to Allie, Amanda, Ashley, Chris, Claire, Des Roberts, oh, that was my kid. We're gonna go with it. Emperor's New Blues, Eric, Harley, Jack and Jill, John E, Casey, Mackenzie, Kate B, Kate W, Kelly K, Quinn, Lee, Lex, Lula, Molly, Mrs. Kittybug, Noku, Rain, SJ, Samar, Scarlett, Shiny, Sierra, Tori, and Zachary. Thank you all so much for being a friend. Lucy Flamingo Bloom, also known as the name Lucy Schaffler and Lucy Perry, is a author, speaker, and former CEO of something called Sunrise Cambodia and former CEO of Hamlin Fistula, Ethiopia. She was born in 1973 in Johannesburg, South Africa, but is an Australian citizen. She was the CEO of Hamlin Fistula International, as I said, which was a nonprofit organization. But in 2015, Lucy testified before the Royal Commission into Institutional Responses to Child Sex Abuse, and she testified about abuse that she had suffered at the hands of her former schoolmaster. Man's name was Ian Patterson. She said that she was assaulted by Patterson at the age of 15 in 1989 while attending Roseville College. Patterson denied these allegations, but a witness supported Lucy's claims against him. It seems like as a result of coming forward about this, Hamlin Fistula let her go as CEO. She lost her job a month after coming forward and testifying. All Hamlin Fistula said was Lucy has now left Hamlin. Bloom said she was devastated, and then she ended up becoming the CEO of Sunrise Cambodia, which is a Cambodian-based nonprofit created by Geraldine Cox, and that was in October of 2015. In November of 2015, we come to our first controversy concerning Lucy. On November 14th, 2015, Lucy Bloom attended the Australian Graphic Designs Awards, Graphic Awards Design Association award night, and tweeted saying that there was a lack of representation amongst gender at the awards. There were 2 men who were MCs for the night and only 1 woman spoke for the event's entirety, and Lucy Bloom said this on social media and was threatened with a defamation defamation, like a lawsuit, because she accused them of sexism and wrote it online. She said that she had left the awards night in disgust because of the lack of representation of women. So the industry comes back with a letter demanding that Lucy remove all of the things she said within 48 hours. He said that the board took extreme exception to what she had said and called her words untrue, unwarranted, slanderous, and injurious to the fame and goodwill of the AGDA, its board, and its management. Lucy stood by her comments, said they were truthful observations, and said unless all the women came on after dessert, after I had left, then she had only seen one woman speaking the whole night, and said, now I remember why I never became a member of AGDA in all my years as a designer. A little club of men trimming each other's beards and patting each other on the bottom. What a waste. So much talent and leadership ignored in the women at the table of graphic design. So Lucy Bloom continued to stick by what she said. The AGDA fired back again, sent a letter to the chairman of the board, Kevin Tutt, at Sunrise Cambodia, calling Lucy's behavior incredibly unprofessional. The former president, Paul Van Barneveld, said that the night of the event, Lucy told the new president, Liz Grant, a woman within earshot of other people, that the event was a joke and a sausage fest, which is honestly kind of funny. And Paul is like, the president's a woman, 7 region councils had chairwomen, and its previous CEO for 20 years was a female. The 2015 awards forum chair was a woman, along with 3 of 7 members of the 2014 to 2015 board, and the awards had also recognized studios with senior women creatives. Paul asked Sunrise Cambodia to tell Lucy to take the posts down, don't say anything else, delete them, apologize, but he didn't get any response back. She called the letter from the lawyers heavy-handed and demands that only came from men, which was not true, as other board members who were women agreed with the decision. Lucy's tweet that they wanted taken down said, very disappointing to see the lack of representation of women at AGDA awards tonight, hashtag gender equity, hashtag bullshit boys. And in response to another tweet said, utterly pathetic, a new female president will need all the support she can get. I left in disgust. Sad to see an awards night dominated by men, especially when there are women in graphic design. You know, it must have been a lame awards night when your complaint tweet gains the most traction of any other tweet that night. 3 cheers for gender equality, blank face for anything but. And she posted a picture of a Ferris wheel saying, I walked out of the AGDA National Awards at Luna Park tonight. Women appear to have no voice in that organization. But an association cannot sue for defamation, so she didn't get in any trouble. Whether or not it was true, I guess you'd have to ask the people who were there. I don't trust Lucy, but that doesn't mean that the AGDA wasn't being, misogynist. And why do I not trust Lucy? Because of the next couple things she did. In 2016, Sunrise Cambodia, which she was CEO of, launched a fundraising campaign that portrayed a Cambodian child as a sex worker who they needed help raising funds for. This child was not a sex worker. They created an ad campaign that said, teach a sex worker to sew, with a young Cambodian girl who they named PC, or Pise. It says, your donation of $500 will get Pise off the street and into the sewing room with the skills to start her own micro business. But this child's name was not Pise, and she is not a sex worker. Yet her portrayal in this campaign created by Bloom and Sunrise Cambodia raised more than $200,000 in Australia in 5 weeks. Hundreds of thousands of dollars based on lies. Because Pise is actually a village girl who Sunrise Cambodia paid to be the poster girl for this fundraising campaign, which is fraudulent, isn't it? I mean, isn't that fraud? It's unethical. A photograph portraying her as a child sex worker was put out and used to raise money when that is a lie. They also did this for a young boy who they gave a fake name of Sok San, who is portrayed as a trafficked child, and then another young girl named Shri Mai, who is supposed to be a homeless teen. Those are not their names. These are made up stories. They paid these children so that they could use their faces in an ad campaign to raise money. Donors are told that if they give $500, they can help give sex workers a second chance and help save trafficked children in Cambodia and teach, oh homeless youth to cook like a world-renowned chef. But more than 20 nonprofits and just individuals on their own have told Sunrise Cambodia and the board of directors, including Lucy Bloom and Geraldine Cox, that this is exploitation, it's degrading, it's lying, it's fraudulent, and it's not portraying these children in a dignified manner. Australian child protection specialists said that Sunrise Cambodia needed to issue an apology, and unfortunately the repercussions of this is that that little girl, these children, particularly that little girl who was her face was put up saying that she was a sex worker, that may carry on throughout her life. People will believe that lie. Also, that Sunrise Cambodia could raise money on a lie. Lucy doubled down and defended doing this. She said that the children were recruited as models and that their stories had been tweaked. She said, "The poverty porn debate is misinformed. People need to see the problem in order to respond to the need. Simple. It's the only way to bring the horror home. People won't donate if you show a photograph of a seamstress looking happy." Lucy, you're saying that you have to lie to get people to donate money because the truth won't get them to donate. That's what it sounds like you're saying. I'm pretty sure that that's fraud, Lucy. You have to touch their hearts. I think the images we used did that. Sometimes it requires a little bit of discomfort. That's an odd word for lying. She said the children were treated ethically and photographed in their usual clothes and in their normal context with appropriate consent. Children can't consent to that. And the campaign basically describes Cambodia as a country that has not recovered from Pol Pot's 1970s genocide, and the campaign said it needs your help to rebuild the brain's trust and restore one of the basic tenets of a prosperous society, education. And this controversy came after Cambodia's World Anti-Child Slavery campaigner Somali Mom had to resign from her position at her foundation over it being revealed that she fabricated stories about child sex slavery in order to raise millions of dollars. Lucy Bloom is also the author of 3 books, which is how she ended up on authors behaving badly. She recently has come under fire for being in reviewers' comment sections, and I will get to the recent ones, but first I'm going to talk about the fact that she has been doing this for years and she doesn't give a shit. Clearly. Her first book was Cheers to Childbirth in 2010. She published Get the Girls Out through HarperCollins in 2019, and her new book this year in 2023 is The Manuscript. Once I found out about what was happening currently, I said, no doubt about it, this woman has done this before, and sure enough, I found proof. In a review on December 20th, 2019 of Get the Girls Out by Lucy Bloom, a reviewer said, "It's too hard to rate a memoir. Is it well written? Is the only criteria that seems fair to judge by. It's not like I can judge the story itself. I think she leaves significant information out, like why the dust up with Richard Hamlin and what instigated the removal from Sunrise, but that may be for legal reasons. I don't think it's fair to judge a memoir by whether you like the person or approve of their actions or choices. So no stars is not because this is a bad book or indicative of my opinion of Lucy Bloom." Someone commented and said, "I do wish Goodreads would provide a do not rate option. I have this issue with religious texts as well. Not everything is rateable." Lucy Bloom decided to not only read her reviews but comment on them, saying, "Leaving a 0-star rating smashes a book's general score, which damages that book's appeal to potential readers. Perhaps give the number of stars of how enjoyable you found the book. No one is expecting you to rate the likability of the author." While this is not super vitriolic, it's passive aggressive and it's unnecessary. You should never be in the comments of your, I don't think you should be in your reviews. I've talked about this before, I have a video on it.
Piranha pain, dumb ways to die.
But if you're gonna look at reviews, don't comment on them. Stay out of it. But Lucy did not stay out of it. Camilla from Books Through My Veins, shout out Camilla for dealing with this and taking it all in stride because wow, this is wild. Camilla posted a review of The Manuscript by Lucy Bloom on March 4th. It says, "Lucy Bloom's debut novel, The Manuscript, is an action-packed story. Every single storyline is interesting and inventive. Unfortunately, I cannot turn off my intuitive closed reading habit, and as a reader, I always get get stuck on the details. What can I say? Old academic habits die hard or don't die at all. I want to point out that while she did hashtag Lucy Bloom's name, I don't believe personally that hashtagging an author's name, I hashtag Sarah J. Maas in a lot of my stuff just to get it out to other readers. Hashtagging an author's name is not tagging the author, in my opinion. Tagging the author is something you should never do, and Camilla did not do that. So I don't know why Lucy's in the comments. Anyway, moving on. It was almost impossible for me to move on from the issues I had with the characterization and focus on anything else. Although I was able to appreciate the doubtless good intentions behind the fun take on adventures of a white 40-something divorcee woman, I was still not convinced by the superficiality of the characters, especially Edith's. The utter perfection of Edith did not sit well with me. Apart from the brief mention of her workaholic years that lead to her ultimate divorce, nothing made Edith relatable at any level. At a first glance, I concluded that the protagonist simply had no flaws, but with further reflection I realized that she did not have any substantial personality traits beyond how good she is at everything and to everyone. Other characters are continuously remarking on how amazing Edith is. She's smart, capable, independent, rich, a skilled writer, and luckily at 40-something still size 8. The fact that nearly all characters are described as lean and fit also left a bitter taste. Overall, the manuscript is an entertaining, fast-paced novel that will be a perfect fit for readers that, unlike me, did not get stuck on the minutiae. Unfortunately, I was unable to appreciate it more given my personal preferences when it comes to characterization and relatability. That's a great review. Like, that's a really helpful review for other readers who reviews are for. You know who didn't like it? Lucy. Lucy Bloom, thumbs down. Lucy Bloom, you don't like a book because there's a size 8 character, yet there's all shapes in this book. A soft and squishy best friend, a dad bod lover. You don't like this book because the protagonist is perfect, but this is a book about her idiotic decisions. Camilla, you say you can't get past details, but you've missed all the details that you criticize. Camilla, hi Lucy, do you mean my opinion of your book is invalid because I interpreted your work the wrong way? Lucy, did I say it was invalid? I have said it is inaccurate, two very different things. You say you're big on details, but you've overlooked the details to produce an inaccurate review. Camilla, do you think it is fair for you to determine the accuracy of my opinion? I am a reviewer. I share my opinion about books. I am not obliged to love every single book I read, which I am sure this also happens to you. It is a shame that you got fixated on those comments, but did not appreciate the compliments I gave you in your writing. They never do, which is why I tell all authors, just don't read your reviews.
Piranha pain, dumb ways to die.
Because I don't know which ones of you are going to fixate on the negatives and ignore the positives and then show up in the comment section shitting on reviewers like this. Like, I know not all of you are going to do it, but I don't know which ones are, so I'm like, maybe just nobody until we figure out a way to avoid this happening. Reading and appreciating art is subjective. We all interpret things in very different ways. There is no accuracy in appreciating novels. Lucy claims that the review presents big fat inaccuracies and said to Camilla, no, you've misunderstood. I'll leave you to your misunderstanding. People say she's being confrontational. She said, don't know about confrontation. If people post wild inaccuracies, it's not a world first for an author to pop in and say, yeah, nah. Camilla has missed the point of the book, which is, among other things, the main character is flawed to the eyeball, so I laughed out loud when she said she was perfect. It could have opened a character discussion. If Camilla wanted to discuss the character with you, she would have DM'd you. Like, it's always that you just didn't get it. That's always the issue is that there is no understanding of the fact that because so many different people will read your work, that it is inevitably going to lead to some people not getting it, and you can't police that. You cannot police your way to everybody looking at your book exactly how you want it viewed. And if that's how you want things to be, you can't publish, or you're gonna end up in a spot like this. She says that people are being rude to her, continues to come back in the comments, but she didn't just comment on Camilla's Instagram review, she also commented on Camilla's Goodreads review. Classy work, Camilla. You don't like the book because the main character is too perfect, yet it's a book about a woman and all her epic faults. Haha, complete opposite. Ah well, onwards. Yeah, I bet she's definitely laughing. I definitely bet that steam is not coming out of her ears. She also messaged Camilla, which they had been friendly before, and said, I have learned an important lesson. Don't help a reviewer see some inaccuracies in their writing. We are all writers and we can all learn from each other, Camilla. You are welcome to delete your post about the manuscript. Why would she delete it? You're the one fucking up. I'm sorry that attempts to point out inaccuracies have offended you. Best of luck. And it's weird that, once again, when an author receives criticism and then there seems to be Sock Puppet Goodreads account making reviews that Lucy also interacted with, and the only review they've made is for her book and they have no picture on their account. Lucy says stuff like violence against women is the single thing from which all gender equality flows, which sounds an awful lot like TERF rhetoric to me. And sure enough, I went and looked at her tweets about trans folks, and I found this interesting exchange where she was talking about the new minister for women, and it says, "Can the new minister for women please have lady bits?" And responds to someone saying, "I'm not sure a trans person would be the best candidate for minister for women," which I'm not calling her a TERF, but it's sounding pretty TERFy. Then says, and again, I don't know what the responses were, so I can't say definitively what she is saying in context, but she says the term, and I don't know what the term is in this context, is used to simplify the basic requirement that the minister for women should be, well, a woman and not a man. Again, I don't want to say she's a TERF without full context, but I know she is a self-proclaimed feminist, and she does seem to be worried about quote-unquote lady bits, talking about assumedly vaginas. So it's sounding pretty TERFy to me here, especially the part where she says, "I'm not sure a trans person would be the best candidate for minister for women." Sure, a trans man would not be a good candidate for minister for women, because a trans man is not a woman, but a trans woman is a woman and therefore could be a good candidate, depending on the person, again, in context, for minister for women, because a trans woman is a woman. It sounds like Lucy would disagree with that. She is welcome to dispute that at any point. These tweets are still up, so I'm just saying that's an interesting and borderline TERFy take. Okay.
Lucy decided to also find this review on Goodreads, take a screenshot of it, and the review was from somebody named Blue, who said, "What a flop, boring plot, boring characters, poor writing. This would be the perfect book to use when you run out of toilet paper." And Lucy decided to screenshot this, put this on Facebook, and say, "Warning, I do not recommend using the paper stock in any of my books to interact in any way with your butthole. Dear Blue has not read the manuscript, so please don't take her advice on your butt hygiene or on the books you read. Get your copy of the manuscript at your favorite bookseller. Kiss face. New release. Trolls make me laugh." And in the comments she said, "Trolls are just losers who lack their own purpose, so they fixate on someone else's success and try to influence it in some way so as to feel like they have control over something in their life. The least I can do is lampoon them." No, Lucy, the least you could do was to simply write books, go on your book tour, enjoy readers who came to see you and did enjoy your book, and leave the ones who didn't enjoy your book completely the fuck alone. But instead, you decided to constantly monitor and name search yourself instead of just staying away from your reviews and interacting with the people who bought tickets to go to events to see you. You decided to fixate on reviewers who didn't like your book and lampoon them in order to feel like you have control over this in your life. So maybe next time, don't do this.
Piranha pain, dumb ways to die.
In the comments, Lucy got a comment from somebody named Lisa who said, "Blue sounds depressed. No judgment, of course, just an opinion." That makes no sense. Of course you're passing judgment, Lisa. You're trying to be a dick by saying that because somebody didn't like a book, they're mentally ill. It's a shitty take. I don't understand how you could possibly... moving on. Miss Blue said, "Thanks for your concern, but I'm actually very happy and content." Lucy comes back saying, "People who abuse others online have deep issues of their own. Here is a network of incredible women who support and nurture each other. You're welcome to stay." This is so funny because Lucy's saying that Blue abused her by reviewing her book. I don't know whether or not Blue actually did or did not read the book, but Lucy, you have no way of knowing that either, so this cannot be considered abuse just because you got a negative book review. It's fucking ridiculous. There's absolutely just no stance here. Like this is empty nonsense. And if you posting your 1-star reviews and then having people say, "Oh, a 1-star review makes you mentally ill," if that is you creating a network of incredible women who support and nurture each other, I would rather eat my own eyeballs than be supported and nurtured in that way. Thanks so much. Blue says, "Is there a warning for bullying reviewers that don't like your book, or are we avoiding the fact that you've belittled people on Instagram?" Obviously talking about Camilla. Lucy says, you've literally been smelling your own farts and turned this into something that it never was, which is definitely a thing that a totally nurtured and supported woman who is confident and secure in herself says, and is very emotionally mature. Definitely, absolutely. Anyway, she says, bullying, yeah, nah, have a nice long think about what actually took place and why this has bothered you so. What has churned you up to the point of making attempts to create tangible commercial damage? Your reaction isn't about me at all. I feel sorry for you that this is how you waste your energy. Get out of the house, go to writers' festivals. Your one wild, precious life is for living richly. I believe in you. Everything that Lucy just said, I think applies to her. I feel sorry for you that this is how you waste your energy in finding your 1-star reviews and then getting this upsetty spaghetti about them. Wait, please. Get out of the house and go to writers' festivals. Literally, Lucy, get out of the house and go to your ticketed events where readers who actually liked your book are, and leave the ones who didn't like your book alone. Your one wild, precious life is for living richly. Yeah, and you obviously make a fair amount of money, so both literally and figuratively, go do that. Go live richly. I believe in you. She told other people who talked about this whole thing, hey, woo, yeah, go fuck yourself. Awesome. She told a person in comments, so glad I can add you to my do not read list. And she said, don't waste your life being a troll, Jess. Life's too delicious to be this kind of pathetic. Which, again, Lucy, this is all a reaction to you wasting your life trolling people who gave your book a 1-star review because you don't think that they are worth treating with the basic dignity of just leaving them alone and ignoring them.
You know what I think is pathetic? I think it's pathetic to use children to swindle people out of their money, and to lie about children to swindle people out of their money, and then to constantly comment on reviews because you think you are only owed positive feedback. Awesome.
She told another commenter in her post about Blue, the reviewer, somebody who commented arguing with her to suck a fat one. So yeah, as we can see, this is a very emotionally mature woman who definitely has a totally normal reaction to getting negative reviews, which are inherent to being an author. Maybe Lucy should think of a different job. Lucy wrote a Facebook post saying, I was planning to write a blog on how to write a useful book review, but someone has done a perfectly good job with the article linked here. I would add this. I'm not going to read the article that she posted, and before I read the rest of what she says, I want to point out the term useful book review is ridiculous, because useful to whom, Lucy? The thing is that book reviews of already published books are not for authors. They are for readers to help the reader determine whether or not a particular book is right for them. Reviewers are not here to do free labor and marketing for authors in order to help them market their books to people who may or may not want to spend their money and read them. We are here to help each other as fellow readers decide what is worth spending our time and our money on. And so for Lucy to use this word useful is really interesting to me, because I know that Lucy must have an editor and friends who she can ask to do this labor for her, but instead she expects this from reviewers, which is utterly ridiculous behavior and thinking on her part. So it says, I would add to this, vicious or mean-spirited book reviews only make you look like the arse in this story. First of all, if I am being vicious in a book review, it is because the book deserves it. I don't know why Lucy thinks that it's not appropriate behavior to be vicious to a book. A book is ink and paper, and I have to be an honest reviewer so that I can help people who are my audience decide whether or not a book is right for them or not, and I cannot do that if I'm not being honest. And being very blunt, or as Lucy would put it, vicious and mean-spirited, is how I am honest, and that's just part of my personality. And other reviewers, other readers who watch my content can decide whether or not I am helpful to them, useful to them, but I am not here to be helpful to authors like Lucy for the most part, especially not for free. Always put your good comments first, criticism second. Why? I'll wait. Why? Because that looks better for your marketing? I don't care about that. That's none of my fucking business. I don't care. I put my reviews how I put them. They are there to be useful for readers, not for Lucy. So that is Lucy asking you to make her book look better, and you don't have to do that because Lucy didn't pay you. 3, if you really hate a book, think on who might enjoy it and offer that, e.g. this book was not for me, but if you love a light read whodunit, then you might enjoy it. This is not bad advice if you're looking on how to review, but it is not how to review every every single time, because if you don't know how to review, sure, you can look up ways to review, but Lucy is an author and Lucy's trying to get you to do free labor. I don't need this from Lucy. I don't need Lucy to tell me how to do my job because I don't work for Lucy, and neither do you. So the thing about this is that it's nonsense. If you don't want to review this way, you don't have to. You can review however you want. The thing about reviews is that each review is also a consumable thing on the internet that other readers will find. So your reviews may be helpful to me as a fellow reader, or I might not find you helpful and useful to me, and I'll just move on to the next review until I find help that I'm looking for, information that I'm looking for. And any review is a valid review. So if you read, I don't know, The Count of Monte Cristo, and you're like, this book is shit, I don't like it, 1 star, that's a valid review because you read the product and you're reviewing it. And your friends will read it and they'll be like, all right, well, I didn't really like The Count of Monte Cristo either, or I respect so-and-so's opinions and I don't think I'll like The Count of Monte Cristo either, or oh, I have the opposite taste of so-and-so, therefore I'm going to read The Count of Monte Cristo. That's who reviews are for. So everybody who reviews, you can review like this or you cannot review like this. Any review is valid. 4 1-star reviewers are hopeless lovers. Originally I thought she was saying hopeless losers, but this is actually worse because she's saying I hate when people do this because it's okay. So if I don't like your book, I'm bad in bed. All right, explain the mechanism behind that. Go on. I'll wait. I figured out that she didn't mean hopeless losers because of the hashtag 1-star reviewers are dud lovers. And it's like, well, first of all, Lucy, I'm not really interested in helping you in bed. And I don't really think that you think this either. I think this is nonsense and you're trying to make people feel bad about the fact that they 1-star your book. Maybe your book is just bad to some people. That doesn't make them bad in bed. It just means that you're not that great of a writer. There's something really fucking insidious about being like, I made this product and if you don't like it, then you're bad in bed. Like, first of all, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. These comments come after I read the reviews for a book called Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. They were so vicious. Glad I only read them after I read this beautiful book. Okay, you're an author. So it is no longer appropriate for you as an author to talk about reviews. It's just not. This is inappropriate behavior. This is not something that authors should do. Authors cannot police reviews. That's not what we're going to do here. And if you do it, you're going to end up here on authors behaving badly. Lucy Bloom says, as James Fell would probably say, fuck your book club meeting and fuck off some more. 2-star ratings suck all the balls. So if you loved my book, do pop over to Goodreads and leave a 5-star. Again, Lucy, you are not allowed to police how people review things. Also, a 2-star rating made you say fuck off. What's the limit here, Lucy? Do you only allow 4 and 5 stars? Are 3 stars okay? You seem to get mad at about 2 and start telling people to fuck off. So exactly what star rating do you start to get absolutely belligerent? Just wondering. This review says, Get the Girls Out is an easy to read recount of the life of a larger than life character, Lucy Bloom. Her life features many ups and downs, which she confronts with copious amount of energy and optimism. The colorful colloquial language is perfect for the story's delivery and is a feature of this unusual memoir. Unfortunately, Get the Girls Out did not meet with much enthusiasm at a recent book club meeting. So she shits on an entire book club, even though this review did exactly what Lucy said she wanted reviews to do, which is always put your good comments first and criticism second. So, and isn't a 1-star, even though she says 1-star reviewers are hopeless lovers. So it doesn't matter if you put your good parts first and criticism second, and it doesn't matter if you don't give a 1-star and give a 2 instead. Lucy only accepts praise, period. That's it. And that's why she tells you go to Goodreads and leave a 5-star. It's also probably why these other ratings that she has seem to be from sock puppet accounts, and then she uses them to market. Absolutely devoured this book. Characters so relatable and writing style punchy and fresh. A delight from start to finish. Helen, Goodreads.com. Feminist revenge porn is a weird hashtag to use, but all right. And yeah, it just seems like she's using fake reviews on Goodreads, allegedly, because, you know, legal shit, allegedly using fake reviews to promote her book, and then when she gets a real review, she says fuck off. So isn't that fun?
You created the tangible commercial damage. People don't want to read your book because of your behavior, not somebody else's behavior. Your choices, your words, your consequences. That's all you. Has nothing to do with random ass person on Facebook, Miss Blue, who said, hey, you did this. You're still the one who did it. Miss Blue didn't do it. it, you did it. Your reaction isn't about me at all. I feel sorry for you that this is how you waste your energy. I feel sorry for you that you waste your energy going through your Goodreads reviews and commenting on the ones that you don't like. That's a lot. That's a big waste of time. That's a big waste of time. I don't believe Lucy has the ability to stay out of her Goodreads reviews.
Piranha Bay, dumb ways to die.
And leave reviewers to do what reviewers are supposed to do, which is review for readers. Because reviews are not for Lucy. They are for readers. Readers who are trying to decide whether or not Lucy deserves their money. And personally, as a reader, Lucy doesn't deserve my money because Lucy treats reviewers like shit. Somebody just told me that Lucy gets hired to go speak on communication and kindness. Somebody should ask for their money back. One of Lucy's friends also showed up in the comments of Camilla's Goodreads. Somebody named Joe who says, "Hi Camilla, it seems this character really got to you. Does she remind you of someone? I'm not a professional reader, nor was I gifted a copy of the book, so I acknowledge you have the professional edge over me when it comes to reading and perhaps reviewing and of course influencing, it seems. But from my perspective, this is a harsh review. Every single time somebody says the word harsh in regards to reviews, I'm going to make fun of them. I'm gonna make fun of you because you're being ridiculous. Who am I being harsh to by talking about words on a page? How is that harsh? Stop it. Get some help. As a 50-something woman who has lived a full and outrageous life, Edith is every woman I know rolled up into one. She is flawed and hurt and burnt and scarred. Edith is absolutely relatable. I'm confused why you changed your rating after a conversation with the author. This affects your credibility, I'm afraid, not the author's. Okay, and as a consumer of reviews, Joe, you are welcome to think that and then move on to a different reviewer whose tastes align with yours and they can help you find a book that's right for you. You know what we're not going to do is police reviewers that you don't like for saying their genuine opinions that are not rooted in some sort of like, you know, misogyny or anything. It was just an honest opinion. It was a very nice review and now y'all are all fucked up over it. Why? More people came to the defense of Lucy. This person said, some people write, those who don't write do snarky shit reviews. It's me. I do the snarky shit reviews. And I get told that I deserve to be harassed because of them. Isn't that fun? You know who doesn't need to be in my reviews and therefore be bothered by my snarkiness? The author. Could have been avoided had Lucy just stayed out. And then you, simp, would not need to be here simping. And Camilla was so much nicer than I would have been because I would have been like, you can get the fuck out. And Camilla was super nice saying, hi Allie, there's no need to be vulgar or disrespectful. We are all civilized here. It's me. I'm uncivilized. Just because you didn't like it, it doesn't mean that my review is snarky or shitty. Are you planning to leave these comments on other people's reviews too? Also, if you're trying to offend me, I think you are getting it all wrong. I'm not a writer, nor do I aspire to be one, so your comment is not hitting the spot you wanted to, I'm afraid. Damn. Maybe I should be nicer when I'm being mean. I don't think I have it in me. The agency who represents Lucy Bloom got back to Camilla saying, hi Camilla, I just wanted to reach out after everything that has unfolded with Lucy Bloom on Instagram. Unfortunately, we can't always control the way our authors respond, but I wanted you to know that DMCPR fully support 100% honest reviews and is appreciative of every one of our bloggers for giving them. The outpouring of support you have received shows how special the Bookstagram community is, and we look forward to working with you and the rest of the community on many more fantastic books to come. But they didn't tell Lucy, hey, it's time to shh and stop it. Instead, Lucy keeps going. She showed back up in Camilla's Goodreads account saying, sorry for the delay. I have been at book events all over the nation and the manuscript is selling its tits off. Okay. I love that I keep getting tagged in all of this. This is who I am now. Is this y'all setting up the bat signal? No, it wouldn't be a bat. It would be a monster energy signal. Whenever you need me, send up the signal. The monster M with a book underneath. That's who I am. Like a very sleepy Avenger. Second print already sold out. Don't know what to tell you. Just don't bother buying it. You're not the readership, sweet cheeks. Kisses X. Isn't X hugs? Why didn't you just write hugs? Why did you write kisses but then write X? I'm very confused. I don't think I'm the readership for that message. I don't think I'm the readership for Lucy. Anyway, I'm sure Lucy will be able to channel this into a nice talk that she'll get paid to do on love and kindness. Capitalism wins again. Yay! So anyway, that's the story of Lucy Bloom and how she is allegedly shitty to reviewers, but also children in Cambodia. Allegedly. I do get the feeling that Lucy's one of those that might show up in my comment section. My message to you is don't. Just go. You're not the viewership. Kisses X. And by X I mean leave me the fuck alone. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Leave your comments and questions about this whole thing down below. Make sure you go support Camilla on TikTok and on Instagram. Thank you to Camilla for coming forward about this and letting other reviewers know so that we can decide what to do and take measures to make boundaries, and keep up the good work. Alright, thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Before I go, I have to say thank you for being a friend to my Potato Search Marxist patrons, and those are Aiden, Alexander, Alicia, Amanda, Amanda B, Andy, Angelica, Anita, Artie the Ninth, Ava, BB, Blythe, Ray, Brenda, Caitlin, Carlin, Catherine, Kathy, Cheyenne, Chris, CJ, Corwin, Corey, Darren, Deandra, Deborah, Diet Goth, Dorian, Douglas, Ebby, Eden, Elise, Elia, Ember, Emily, Ava, Faith, Grace, Gracie, Hannah-C, Hannah T, Horror Goose, Ilianaka, India Inks, JT, Jen with 2 N's, Jenny, Jillian, Jules, Kaya, Kaylee, Catherine, Katya, Keely, Kelsey, Kylie, Laura, Lauren B, Library of Scars, Liz Cardigan, Ludamoth, Lustful Octopus, Martin, Maddie, Marcella, Marquita, Malara, Mary, Miriam, Moog, Morgan R, Moth, Mr. Draws, MXDS, James, Nat, Never, Nicole R, Nicole T, Nikki, Nyan Binary, Paige E, Paige P, Peggy Lou, Pixel Stars, Pierre Raytheon, Pocket, Quill, Rachel B, Rachel S, Rat Sarah, Reba, Rebecca, Ren, Robin, Rowan, Samantha, Sarah, Scarlett, Shanae, Shannon, Shayna, Sheena K, Sean, Stephanie, Steven, Talia, Tiana, Sev, Ursula, Valentine, Writer A, and Yesenia. Thank you all so much for being a friend.
Thank you.